All right, this one is total counterintuitive, so it's gonna blow your mind. It blew my mind, and matter of fact, it still blows my mind every day. All right, so this on my finger, that's a pulse oximeter, and what that's doing, that top number, that is the percentage of oxygen that is in my blood. That bottom one, if you can even read that, it's not so important right now, but that's my heart rate. Okay, so which one of these breathing types, I'm gonna breathe heavy and then I'm gonna breathe shallow, breathe in a lot of oxygen, breathe in very little oxygen. And you tell me which one of these supports ultimate health the most. Okay, ready? So first off, I'm gonna do the shallow breathing. And to do that, just to speed it up so you don't have to watch me for so long, I'm actually just gonna hold my breath. So. Okay. So it didn't go down too much. Let's see what happens with my oxygen levels when I breathe in a lot of oxygen. This is before an exam. This is before a test, a job interview. Okay, it went up. $97 went back down. Okay, so as you can see, the breathing in a lot of oxygen or the breathing in a little bit of oxygen, as far as what's in my body that's actually usable oxygen, that hardly changes. And in this case, in this example, it didn't change at all. So what did change? Well, what did change, you can't read on that. And this is the part that's going to totally blow your mind. What you can't read on that is your CO2 levels. And when you are breathing in a lot of oxygen, you're actually breathing out a ton of CO2. So when you're breathing in really shallow, you're retaining this CO2. And so in your blood, not only will you have more oxygen, but you'll actually have more CO2. The CO2 acts like butter on your red blood cells. And that is when there's a cell in your body that needs some oxygen, that CO2 just blows it off. But when you're breathing in a lot of oxygen and you're blowing off a lot of CO2, your blood actually has less CO2 in it. So some of these red blood cells are going to be going without the CO2. And you're going to have this, a cell in your body that needs this oxygen, and it's going to have to pull it off. It's just not going to slide off. It's not quite as efficient. So the oxygen level doesn't change, the CO2 level changes, and the high CO2 with a low breathing, that's what gives you the most efficient breathing. So just like the Tao says, and now it makes sense, the perfect man or woman breathes as though he or she is not breathing at all. The highest health that I know, actually this is way beyond health too. This is into yogi status. So you want the benefits of yogi status, you get up to this level. And that is taking in 3 breaths a minute. That's 1 breath every 20 seconds. So it looks like this. It's a 2 second in, 2 second out, and then their body just naturally does nothing for 15 seconds. Or at least the lungs. 15 seconds later, 2 seconds in, 2 seconds out, pause for 15 seconds. That's going to make you think twice next time someone's going in for this job interview and you say, take some deep breaths. You're actually making all the cells that need oxygen in your body less efficient. the distribution of the oxygen is less efficient. Seriously, does that not blow your mind?